So listen, we have identified the market, we've identified the customer avatar, we've identified the messaging, we've identified a means to be able to create, to be able to contact and get our message and our brand and our products in front of that market. We have found some great ideas to make sure we have t-shirts with a great aesthetic. Your logo needs to match that aesthetic too. Now listen, the next part, the next piece of the foundation of selling t-shirts online is you need to have a store that is optimized, right? You don't need a whole bunch of social media followers. You don't need, a whole bunch of content and a whole bunch of posts. But what you need is a store that is put together in a way to where when you send people to that store, that they will get on there and they will convert. One of the biggest issues that I always talk when I hear people talk, and I have my vision calls and I have all types of different consultations, whatever it is, it's people might be clicking on my ads. I'm getting visits to my website. People are coming to my store, but they're not converting. And 9 times out of 10, they're not converting because the t-shirt brand owner does not have the right components set up in the store to push people through the funnel, right? So basically, we have to understand from the home page to the collection page, to the product page, to the add to cart page, to the checkout page, all the way to the payment page, even your shipping page, because we skipped that. There's different components where it's going to build trust. It's going to make your brand feel validated, and people will go through the entire funnel all the way from the time that they get to the website all the way through purchase. So you need to make sure that your site is able to be navigated easily. You need to make sure that site speed is on track and on point. You need to make sure that your product pictures are on point, that they're big enough that you're showing the designs. You need to make sure on your product pages that you're giving the right information so they don't have to search all over your website to find it. They get frustrated and then they leave. You need to make sure that you have multiple payment options. People use specific payment options, right? And if those payment options aren't there, there's a good chance that they might leave, right? You need to make sure that your shipping prices are on point. That's one of the biggest reasons people leave the website. You need to make sure that it builds trust. Do you have certain other pages to if people go to those pages, they can know, okay, this is a valid site. It seems legit. I'm okay with pulling out my precious credit card that has all of my information on it, and I don't feel like I'm getting frauded, right? Those are the things that you need. Your store needs to be optimized for conversions. And when you just put something together, rinky dink, you send a whole bunch of traffic there with Facebook ads, you're going to be wasting your money, right? And you're going to be wondering, do Facebook ads even work? And they could work perfectly fine, but if your store isn't put together and it's not optimized for conversions, it's not going to work, right? So those are the things you need. You need an optimized Shopify store. The last thing that I'll say about this is I love Shopify, right? I love Shopify. I'm a Shopify advocate. You can use Wix, you can use Big Cartel, you can use all types of different platforms. But when it comes to e-commerce, hands down, I feel like Shopify is the go-to. There's nothing better out there. The functionality, the apps, everything that you can do with it to make your store optimized is powerful. All right. Now, the next thing that I'll say is when people visit your website, only 1 to 3% of people convert and buy from you from the very first time that they visit. So if you have 100 people come to your store, 3 people will buy, 97 will leave. That's average. When you have an optimized conversion store, you can get 4%, 5%, 6%, right? I've probably gotten maybe up to, on cold traffic, maybe up to like 7 or 8%, right? Conversion rate. So that's extremely powerful. But when people don't buy the first time, you want to make sure you have email sequences, text message sequences, retargeting ads to be able to follow up with those people and get them to come back and buy. Just because they didn't buy in the very first time does not mean that they're not interested. They might have had to wait till payday. They had to maybe wait till, I don't know, maybe their battery died. Maybe they got, lost and saw something else on social media and they left and they just forgot about it, right? You have to remind people. Have you ever heard of the term where it says the sale is in the follow-up? The money's in the follow-up? There you go. All right, so that's why you need all these different components set up on your store. So when you send people to it, you can maximize your ad dollars and get people to buy.